Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Addiction Solutions with Roselle. So glad that you could join me again. I hope that your holidays are going well and that you've managed your addiction during these rough times. We know that holidays are really bad on people that use mind or mood altering chemicals because of the loneliness, and they feel that maybe the drink or the drug can help them get through it, but it won't. And shopping is really, with the shopping addiction, that's really, out of control right now. People are shopping unnecessarily, and so gambling, people are trying to win money to shop. And so all of these addictions, they really escalate during the holiday period. So, as I say before every show, I want you to go to YouTube, type in Addiction Solutions with Roselle, and subscribe. Okay, subscribing is free and it's anonymous. And I'd like for you to tell family, friends, neighbors, church members, co-workers, hey, relatives, hey, there's some videos on YouTube. Just type in Addiction Solutions with Roselle and just look at them. Just pick you out one. They're only 8 minutes long. They're not long videos, and they hit to the heart of maybe what you're dealing with. So I would appreciate that. And some of you are doing that, and some of you have already done it. So I appreciate you. So today we're going to talk about chapter 13, which is still part of the 21-point manual. And last week we talked about suggestions and how important they are to take. This week we're going to talk about spending 100% of the time in your business and 100% of the time out of mine. So before I get into that, I want to introduce you to our books, and that's 366 Days of Recovery, my guide to the recovering person, my first year in recovery, and 365 Days in Recovery, my second year in recovery. You have to fail in order to succeed. So now these books are available. I have them in my home, and I can get them to you a lot quicker than if you ordered them. So go to my YouTube page or Messenger, type in your information, and I will be able to get these books out to you. Now, the best way, this being the best way for you to get the books, is I autograph the books. So I put in a personal little note, and so if you ordered the book, you wouldn't be able to get that unless you contacted me. But this way, you say, hey, Roselle, I want to get one of the books, and I autograph it, I send it to your address, and so, hey, I tell you all the financial arrangements that need to be made, and so that's a lot easier process. So wanted to get the books out of the way. So now, let's get into 100% of the time in my business, 100% of the time out of yours. So let me read from my notes, as I always do, and I appreciate you letting me do this. Chapter 13 talks about spending 100% of the time in your business and 100% of the time out of others' business. Do not gossip. This takes so much energy when you gossip. Of course, we are all human, and from time to time, you may discuss situations. However, do not make it a habit and do it as less as possible. Remember, it will take all of your energy to make yourself better. So, having said this, you will hear things at meetings, and if you share, it's supposed to be anonymity, number one, but we know that that's virtually impossible. That once you told, like my first sponsor told me, once you put it on the table, it's no longer yours. So that means that information can be marched from here to China and back. So if you're not ready for people to discuss what you shared, then maybe it's not time to put it out there. And this is a good time to use your sponsor as a sounding board. And your sponsor, if you have the right one, and you guys have had a great relationship up to this point, you've done step work, because the fourth step will reveal a lot of things that you kept undercover. And so once you've done a thorough fourth step, now you might be ready to reveal some things. So if you reveal them to your sponsor and you guys talk about it and you agree that maybe I want to share this at a meeting, because the purpose, let's get this straight. The purpose of doing this is to help another person. A lot of where I'm at today is because of what I heard at meetings, especially going to college. I had no intention in the world of going back to school until I saw and heard individuals that I got high with that had graduated from a major university. And after the meetings I got with them, I said, hey, how? I said, look, Roselle, I focused on what I needed to focus on. I made meetings. I definitely made meetings, but I had to study. I had to go to school. I had to be present in class, and I made it work. And they had jobs, and I was like, wow, if they can do it, because it's scary. It is really scary. But my point that I'm trying to make is if this person hadn't shared that, in other words, if they were trying to keep a secret, I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing, I never would have knew. Eventually I might have found out, but you find out when you're supposed to find out. So the 100% of my business and 100% of your business is relevant, because I don't have time to worry about what you're doing, because I'm all confused now trying to follow what you're saying and what you're doing. I got enough issues just trying to follow what I'm doing and what I'm saying. So my point for this particular chapter in the 21-point manual is, when you get into this manual, when and if I decide to publish it, you're going to see all of the things in here that I was trying to say. I can't say them all, but it's really important to make sure that you do not focus on others' story and leave out the meeting and go get on the telephone and start spreading their information. That is not the way this is supposed to work. And so what it does is, once those stories get out and people find out that they get out, they shut down and they really don't want to share anymore. And so now they just go into meetings, and they got relevant information. I used to do it. I used to share my whole life story, and found out people were envious and jealous of what I was saying. So, I had to back up a little bit. I wasn't trying to make friends, but I was trying to pass along information that was passed along to me. So we're going to stop right here. Next week, we'll be in the chapter 14, and that's going to talk about attainable goals for yourself. So join me next week. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it so far. I look forward to seeing you next week. Stay blessed, and I love you.